Alright, I think we're filming. Welcome to Raw Roots Update 7 or 8. It's been a long time since we've done an update. Yeah, there's Koa. Hey! Koa's getting jealous because we're starting inside, and that is because we have the new addition to the Raw Roots farm. Yes. They look red just because of the light. There are 3 different varieties of baby chicks in there, about 3 weeks old. And they'll be going into the chicken coop that we built last year. And ideally, in the full scale of things, we're hoping that each one will produce around 3 to 5 eggs a week. And there's 19 of them, and I think there's a couple roosters in there. So you do the math. That's a lot of eggs. Coop as always. And you can see there are tons of fiddleheads out right now. We are in spring, even though we got very little rain. The flowers still find time to come out and use their resources wisely. This may take a while. There is a lot going on. We are nearing 3 acres of production. I've been a madman for the last the greater part of 3 months, starting in early January. Behind me as I walk, you can see squash mounds. I think you can. We are attempting to do something different this year and kind of go the home scale gardener on a large scale size. We found last year with the squash that we got so many weeds from the drip irrigation, that it made weeding impossible. It made life unbearable. It made getting squash a nightmare. So yeah, we've got, I don't know, gosh, how many we've got here? Hundreds, 200 probably close. And I harvested some just natural grass, and natural grass, alfalfa, oats, things like that were growing around the property to use as a mulch cover. Pretty cool. And then the standard rows that you have all come to know and hopefully love. And then all these rows here that seem empty with a lot of weed growth are actually full of potatoes. And about every 6 inches down this 120-foot row, if you do the math, there's a potato plant. And we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I think 7 rows over here and 2 rows over there, all about 100 feet. So we've got, over 700 row feet of potatoes. And you can see them all along in here, being happy and merry. In a couple days a couple days, maybe next week, I will hull all these, so like mound up the potatoes to basically promote root growth at the top. Root growth equals tubers, tubers equals potato, potato equals yum. We are always, as always, fighting El Guapo. El Guapo is in full scale war, or engaging in full scale war with me. I think as of, we got a lot of ants out right now. I stepped through a pile. I'm trying to think how many I've killed. 20 to 30 plus since January. Between 3 and 7 a week. Just depends. Sometimes some weeks are mellow. There's definitely spawns after rains. They like make babies when it rains, and then I have to battle all the babies for weeks, and then I finally kill them all, and then rains again, and yada yada yada. The story goes on. Here's a delicious, beautiful garlic row. This is our nicest row of garlic. We have many more out over there, and then we have a couple rows here that need to be weeded that are still equally as nice, but they're a late variety, so they are smaller. We also have lots of peas that are coming along. These peas were only planted a couple weeks ago, so they're taking their sweet time about 3 weeks ago. But in a couple weeks, they will look like the peas that are up over that way that I'll show you in a second. We've got 2 rows of broccoli. They've been in the ground for about a month, about another month, and they should start producing. We got red cabbage, a whole row. We've got radishes interplanted with lettuce. This is an onion row, sorry. Onions. Under here are some beans. All the covered rows are beans, And actually some are turnips. I don't know if you can see on this row. Got lots of little baby carrots here in the green rows, and then at the very end, I don't know if you can see the green tops, those are the carrots that are about a month old. Here's some more garlic. This garlic has been hammered on by the gopher, and you can see this section right here, it's totally just weeds, because the gopher killed them all, ate them all. And these peas are about a month and a half old, a little bit older, about 2 weeks older than the other ones, and are snap peas, so you got your sugar peas, and then you've got your shelling peas, so like split pea soup or something like that. And then another row here that has been hammered by gophers of garlic as well. Oh, you tired yet? There's a lot. And then in the hoop house, we've got our chard, same as last year. We saved a couple and thinned them, and they're doing wonderfully. Lots of herbs and all these boxes on the ground. Baby tomatoes, baby peppers and tomatoes. There's a baby asparagus in there, all alone. Some okra that'll be ready in a couple weeks to go outside. These are all leftovers that I have to figure out what to do with. More peppers. Everything that's covered are brand new seeds so the birds don't get them. More herbs, onions, leeks, and our herb bed in here. And this is miner's lettuce right here. Delicious, delicious stuff. And some more herbs on the ground, and then some heads of lettuce down over there in the corner. And then under me is what's called graffiti cauliflower. It's like a purple cauliflower, you know, kind of cool. So that covers half the farm. I know what you may be thinking. Glikin, why are you slamming a door? Because it won't close. No. Holy crap. No, that's only half the farm. Yeah. You know, we've got to produce a lot this year. We're trying to do 25 CSA members, grow for restaurants and the health food store. It's quite daunting, but thoroughly enjoying. Keeps me busy. Keeps Lauren busy when she's home on the weekend. We've got some delicious bok choy. This is called black choy. Lemon, or this is the lime tree. This is the lemon tree. So this bok choy is delicious. It's almost ready to be harvested. It should be ready for the CSA in a couple weeks. Some onions that were left over in here. And this is wind choy, a different bok choy, but also delicious. Should be ready in a couple more weeks. And our avocado tree is coming back. Yay! The avocados got hit on the 18th of December. We got that crazy freeze here. It was like 17 degrees, which is the coldest it's ever been on record in Cassis Valley. So I guess it, you know, came with force and killed a lot. This is our new shade house. We just got back from a farm conference in Sonoma County, and although it's very simple common sense that you need to break your seeds in before you go outside, I was just kind of leaving them outside for a day or two, or even just like covering them with row cover after putting them in the ground, all of which was just too stressful. So we used all recycled material, which is really nice. You know, that's why it kind of looks janky in places, but yeah, to make a secondary hoop house that allows the plants to kind of acclimate or acclimatize to the surroundings before, because the hoop house is really humid and hot. You know, it's great for early growth, but not great for when you're about to go outside and it gets a little chillier at night. So yeah, we got lettuce and cantaloupes and cabbage, more lettuce, more cauliflower and broccoli in here. A ton of strawberries that are left over after we planted the 1400. We'll be selling these at Spring Fling and El Portal. More onions, more things going on. I just planted a whole bed of flowers here that we're going to do cut flowers for the market. Kind of cool. Some kale that I salvaged and trying to get larger. And we're growing some blue corn and chard under here. Yeah, like an heirloom blue corn, you know, from Mexico that was cultivated in Virginia by a friend of ours. Kind of crazy. And here's the last bit of the farm that's gotten crazy. I'll just kind of look at it with you. But over here we've got all new rows, about 40 rows. Under the plastic is a variety of greens, chard, kale, spinach, lettuce, things like that. And then out there are 1,400 strawberries, and then beyond them is our berry patch, our raspberries, our blackberries, our blueberries, interplanted with some onions and sunflowers, and then this back row right over here, which is pretty new, are little tiny baby everythings. Soybeans, spinach, kale, chard. I mean, the list goes on. You know, we have to have about a 1/4 acre for each entity that we want to sell to. 1/4 to 1/2 acre. So everything is kind of repeated. Everything's been like planted over this, you know, since January. Every 2 or 3 weeks I put in a new row. And this is our new experiment. After our small farm conference, we decided that we were going to go no-till. So yes, I hand dug these. And made the rows, and then we put about 2 to 6 inches of compost, which we acquired locally, onto the surface. The idea being that good organic matter in the soil can hold more water. We're in our 3rd year drought, so there's a plus. The compost also has tons of nutrients, plus, and then weed suppression, the most, in my opinion, important part, and it's environmentally sound because we're not releasing carbon into the atmosphere when we till and things like that. Now I know that I've talked about no-tilling, but by myself it's really hard to not till a lot of these rows. I mean, you can see here all these rows. I've got to make all these, and the tiller's just really quick, and I've been confronted with that time versus environmental impact kind of duality. And I'm now, although I've used the tiller a lot, I think now that the rows are all made, as you can see here, we are going to switch over to the no-till method, and we are experimenting with that row first, or that zone first, zone 4. Baby raspberries, yay! So all in all, it's been a wild time. We're also experimenting with these open beds, which are going to be hedgerows. So we also learned about the importance of having wild spaces, erratic spaces on your farm that have perennial and annual flowers and bushes and things like that to bring in the beneficial predators. So we're leaving up these strips in between a lot of the rows to put some of those flowers, and I'll buy some bushes and write some grants for some of these bushes soon to do hedgerows. Oh, look at the plum flowers. Yay! All the trees are blooming minus the apples. The apples will take their sweet time. You know, they won't bloom for, I don't know, probably another couple weeks, but pomegranates are blooming, the almonds blooming, the peach and the pear and the whatever else we have, plum, cherry, they're all going. So yeah, it's been pretty wild. And we thank you guys for all your support, all of you who've come out and helped, or put something in the ground, or dug up a row, or even just ate our food, because that helps us as well. We really do appreciate it. And come on by anytime you want. I'm always here working, and I love to work and play. So thanks so much for hanging out with me for the last, like 20 minutes, 10 minutes. Alright, check you later.